The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School gym once again. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Regional final basketball, girls basketball, the 5A regionals. It's Dowling and Roosevelt. Alongside Scott Babinet, I'm Mark Amadale. Scott, welcome. Haven't been here for a while. What, you Saturday night, me last night, here at the Dowling gym after being on the road most of the month of January, early February.
And for the girls, it's their last night on the court as far as competition this year at Dowling.
Yes, true. Yeah.
So they need to win. Obviously, playoffs one and done, and we don't expect them to be done, but, you know, it's playoffs and crazy things happen sometimes.
Well, what a night it is. It's the regional final night. 8 regions in the state of Iowa. 8 teams qualified for the girls state basketball tournament in all 5 classes. This is Class 5A, Iowa's largest class, and the Maroons are in Region 3. After beating Des Moines Lincoln 106-22, they advanced to tonight, and it was Roosevelt defeating Ottumwa 52-41 on Saturday night to advance to tonight. So it's Roosevelt and Dowling. Roosevelt comes in ranked 14th in the state with a 15-7 record. Dowling ranked 3rd in Class 5A with an 18-4 record. You throw those all out because it's all about survive and advance, and the winners move on to play Monday at the Girls State Basketball Tournament in downtown Des Moines this coming Monday, February 26th at either 10 o'clock, 11:45, 1:30, or 3:15. Class 5A kicks off the Girls State Basketball Tournament, and we'll be there if the Maroons advance.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan, right? I mean this is a very favorable matchup for the Maroons if they play their game tonight. And what I mean by that is it'll be interesting to see how Roosevelt comes out to play them. Early thoughts on scouting as they may come out into 2-3, and in the past I've always felt like Dowling struggled just because they weren't patient enough against a 2-3. But these last couple of years, Coach Marr and her staff have really worked on that zone offensive execution, and so I feel like they'll get the shots they want tonight. And if they're shooting in rhythm like they ended up after the first 4 minutes the other night, I think they'll run away and hide.
Well, Roosevelt was down in the fourth quarter against Ottumwa Saturday night, but they went off on a 15-0 run to start the fourth quarter and never looked back, and defeating Ottumwa to get here. For Dowling Catholic, it was no contest. The Maroons all over Des Moines Lincoln early and often as the Maroons advance. So that's how they get here. These two teams have not played each other since December of 2021. I think you were still on the staff of Coach Marr back then, and it was Dowling winning 52-47 here in that December game right before Christmas break.
Yeah, they had a really good team that year. They had Ariana Jackson, I believe, who's at Iowa State, and a couple other players that were really playing well. And I know we came into that game really prepared and were able to pull that one out. But that was, a good victory to get, and so again, this would be a better one, right?
Absolutely. When you can advance the girls state basketball tournament, it is. Roosevelt's got a little tradition. They were just at the girls state basketball tournament back in 2022. They lost to Valley in the first round, but they've been to 7 state tournament appearances. They were state champs in 2006 and runner-up in 2007 under then head coach Tig Johnson. Remember doing their games down at the Wells Fargo Arena, but for Dowling, the Maroons were looking for their 25th state tournament appearance, and that is something to be said. All those years with Bob and Sharon Hansen, John Wilkinson, and now Kristen Meyer, you look to kind of punctuate and punch your ticket to the state tournament if you can get through the always tough regional final.
Yeah, this is if Dowling wins tonight, this will be 7 out of 8 years that she's been here making it. And ironically, the one year that wasn't was the year we would have least expected to make it. But then the next year we got one back against a Hannah Stolke-led team. So it's just one of those things. It's always difficult. We understand coming from 15 points down in a game. And, it's why crazy things happen, because we've talked about there's really no reason Dowling should have won that game that year, but there's no reason they should have lost the year before. So It's just just basketball is weird.
You had to bring up the Hannah Stolke year, because that was the year that I sat in the baseline over at Cedar Rapids, Washington, in the final, regional final, and I had Tom Donahue as my color guy, and Tom is the legendary assistant coach extraordinaire here at Dowling, whether it be track, basketball, used to do softball, you know the story,
right.
And here we are tonight, and but yeah, Tom and I did that game from the baseline there at Cedar Rapids, Washington High School on a very infamous Tuesday night.
That was, like I say, that was a crazy night. We had so many inside players that were in foul trouble and trying to make up for that, and the girls just kept on playing to their credit, kept fighting and struggling. Every loose ball the second half they got and made a big difference, and hit some free throws late to win the game. I believe it was led by Emma Gipple in that second half, and just a great performance by the Maroons that night.
We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back. We'll go through some more pregame starting lineups alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Hamadale. Tonight, it's the Class 5A Regional Final. The winner punches their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament next week at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Roosevelt at Dowling here at the Dowling Gym, and we'll return after this 1-minute break for pregame on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One has convenient locations right in your neighborhood. From unexpected illnesses to regular checkups, Mercy One is here for you. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym pregame before tonight's girls regional final in Class 5A, Dowling and Des Moines Roosevelt. I want to thank Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, along with construction professionals, Klein Electric. Our thanks also to the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Blessman International, Fast Signs, and Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology and Clive, some of our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. Without them, we could not give you these games, and we've been broadcasting Dowling sports since, 47th year, so we appreciate all our supporters. Alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale, Brady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. And Scott, before we get into the starting lineups, let's talk about some of the games that we'll be following tonight, and we're going to try to follow them all. There are 8 regional final championships, and if your Region 1 is where the number 1 team is, Region 2 is where the number 2 team is, and so on and so forth. So we'll go with Region 1, 16th ranked Sioux City West at number 1 Johnston. In Region 2, it's Cedar Rapids, Washington, unranked at number 2 Davenport North. Region 3 is the one that Dowling's in. Dowling is 3rd ranked, hosting Roosevelt. Region 4 has Iowa City West. They were the lone upset winner. They knocked off Southeast Polk Saturday night, 38-37. So Iowa City West, unranked, at number 4 Waukee tonight. In Region 5, it's 10th ranked Sioux City East at 5th ranked Ankeny Centennial. Region 6 has 12th ranked Waukee Northwest at 6th ranked Pleasant Valley, and Pleasant Valley are the defending champs in 5A. Region 7 has Cedar Rapids Prairie ranked 11th at number 7 Cedar Falls. And Region 8, probably the best matchup in my mind, number 9 Valley at number 8 Ankeny. And we'll hope to have reports or scores throughout the contest and post-game. So we'll hope to be streaming, getting our stringers out there and helping us with those scores, Scott.
Yeah, after the first couple weeks of the season, would you have ever guessed that Valley would have ended up in that 8-9 game? They started off so strong and struggled throughout, but seemed to be coming along towards the end.
Well, they had an injury in there. Valley with a record of 12-10, and Ankeny with a record of 13-9, but they played the brunt of this conference, the Central Iowa Metro League. Roosevelt comes out of the Iowa Alliance on the southern side of that conference. And we'll start with our starting lineups tonight for Des Moines Roosevelt. The Riders are coached by first-year head coach Ronnie Lewis. Their record is 15-7. He's assisted by Jason Grossman and Scott Schoenberg. And the Riders will start at one guard, Meredith Gentry, a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 8.5 points. She'll wear number 0. And the other guard is a captain, Bree Milliken, 5'6" junior, averaging 6 points. Leads the team in steals with 74 and assists 2.5. And she'll wear number 1. And the third guard is Kenna Ladinsky, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging 7.5 points. She'll wear number 24. At one forward is the Riders' leading scorer and captain, Olivia Bailey, a 6' junior, averaging just under 12 points and 6.5 rebounds, which leads the team. And she's made 41 made threes. She'll wear number 23. And the other forward, Jalea Lee, a 5'11" sophomore, averaging 4 points and 5.5 rebounds. And she'll wear number 45. The Riders come in with a 15-7 record. They're ranked 14th in Class 5A, and they average 48 points on offense, and they give up 38.5 points on defense. And now for Dowling Catholic, the Maroons will go with their usual starting lineup with captain and point guard Ava Zediker, 5'10" junior, averaging 18.5 points. She'll wear number 13. The other guard is another captain, Layla Tritton, 5'8" junior, averaging 7.5 points. She'll wear number 15. Third guard is Katie Muller, leads the team with 53 made threes. 5'11" freshman is Muller, averaging 11.5 points, wearing number 11. At one forward and captain, Ellie Olson, 5'11" junior, averaging just under 3 points, wearing number 5. And at center, Ellie Muller, 6'1" sophomore, averaging just under 12 points, has 70 blocks on the year. That is the starting lineups for both teams as we get set here. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan and the president of Dowling Catholic High School and Father Reed Flood with their pregame prayer. And we'll be back with the tip-off, Dowling and Roosevelt here at the Dowling Gym after these messages.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines, Iowa. Glad you could join us. Tuesday night, girls regional final basketball. The winners punch their ticket tonight to the girls state basketball tournament, which begins next week at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, Iowa, alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale. We've had the national anthem. We've had our pregame. And Scott, what are some of the keys tonight as both teams take the floor for what will be Dowling's final game here on their home floor before they move on to postseason, maybe at Wells Fargo. Roosevelt, the same right. thing. Your thoughts on this match?
Well, for Dowling, they just need to be one and done on defense. Get the ball out and run. If Roosevelt wants to sit back in his own defense, just beat them down the court and get easy buckets before they can set up in their defense. But if they do get there, be patient to get the good shots that you want there.
Dowling wins the tip. They go right to left in front of us towards the south basket, as they do usually here in this first half. Maroons wearing their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and trim. Roosevelt in his own defense. They get underneath the Muller. Her shot partially hits the side of the backboard and rebounded by Bree Milliken. And Roosevelt now a steal by Katie Muller. Milliken's pass underneath, and now they get it down court to Tritton, and her layup is good, and Dowling strikes first, leading 2-0 with Layla Tritton.
And that's what they need to do, is get those early turnovers. Roosevelt did come out in a 2-3, and they got a shot, just rolled off on the drop down by Muller.
Roosevelt, Meredith Gentry, Bree Milliken, Olivia Bailey, Kenna Ladinsky, and Jalea Lee. 5 on the floor for the Riders. Here's Gentry with it, right wing. 3-point line extended, bounces in to Lee. She goes baseline against Moeller. Her shot blocked by Moeller, and Moeller gets the rebound. So Dowling the other way, leading 2-0 here in this first quarter. Roosevelt stays 2-3 zone on Dowling's second possession. Here's a long three by Zedeker, up and good, right in front of the Roosevelt bench. Ava Zedeker with her 56th three-pointer of the year.
That's really good offense here. They moved the ball really quickly and got the defense to shift so quickly, and right back to Zedeker for a wide open three.
Now, underneath, Gentry shoots and scores for the Riders as they get it underneath to Meredith, and it's 5-2 Dowling. And now underneath, the Maroons miss a shot by Moeller, but rebounded by Ellie Olson. Offensive possession now for Dowling and a brand new shot clock. Here's Ellie Moeller for three in the corner. Good. Well, when she can step out and do that, that really hurts the defense. Ellie Moeller with her 13th made three of the year. Not bad for the 6'1" post player.
Not bad, and they don't expect that at all.
And a shot from the wing, no good by the Riders. Rebound Dowling. Katie Moeller in transition gets to Tritton, dribbles inside, layup up and no good, and a foul called. Great pass that time by Tritton to Moeller. And a whistle and a foul on the Riders. That'll be on Olivia Bailey, her first, and she is Roosevelt's leading scorer, Ellie Moeller, to the free throw line here, Scott.
Yeah, and they got the ball down in the corner 3 seconds into the shot clock, so they're moving it down quickly to put Roosevelt back on their heels on defense.
First free throw good by Moeller. Second one good. She has 5 points, and a 30-second timeout called by first-year head coach Ronnie Lewis and the Roosevelt Rough Riders, with Dowling leading 10-2. The Maroons' largest lead of the game is right now at 8 points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs, and Blessman International. And Scott Babinet, your thoughts? Dowling off to a great start, leading 10-2 with 5:50 to go first quarter.
Yeah, and they're getting the ball in the lane. We've talked about this for 18 games that we broadcast or so. They're getting their foot in the lane, getting pick-out passes, and moving the ball quickly. And then on defense, they're just matching up so well. They're not really needing the help defense, but Muller's waiting inside to block shots if they do. And
Dowling full court pressure. We saw this the other night against Des Moines Lincoln. They're pressuring the backcourt with a little man-to-man press.
Yeah, and the interesting, Ellie Olson's out on the point guard tonight. We've seen her guard posts. We've seen her guard baseline guards, the wing guards, centers. She just goes wherever this team needs her, and that's a good pickup right there.
Now the Riders on the baseline, a shot by Olivia Bailey, who is their leading scorer, is blocked out of bounds by Muller. If you're keeping individual stats, I think Muller has 3 blocks already, and we've only played 2.5 minutes. Riders inbound the ball. Milliken on the baseline. Underneath it goes to Lee. Now she goes underneath the basket, kicks it out. Riders underneath, the shot blocked again. Ladinsky's shot blocked out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt basketball with 5 on the shot clock.
And that's Katie Muller with the block there.
Well, if it's not her, it's her sister blocking shots. Between them, they've got 5, I think, here in the first few minutes. Riders get underneath, and a shot up and hits the side of the backboard. No good by Bailey. Rebound, Ellie Muller. She takes it down court, leaves it for Zedeker for 3. It's no good. And now the rebound, Roosevelt. Riders pulled away, and that's Bailey with the rebound. 5 minutes to play. Dowling by 8, 10-2 here in a winner-take-all. Winner moves on to the girls' state basketball tournament. And now underneath, Milliken shot blocked from behind by Zedeker, out of bounds to Roosevelt. And Scott, the Maroons are all over defensively, this Rider team.
They are. And I don't know that Roosevelt's faced the defense at our interior with like an Ellie Muller inside who's just there all the time.
Now the inbounds pass thrown away by Zedeker. She goes down court against Gentry and lays it in. Ava Zedeker with her 5th point, a steal and basket. 12-2 Dowling. Maroons by 10.
And for our listeners, that ball was going through the hoop at 32 on the shot clock. That's how fast the Maroons are moving down the court tonight.
Nice job by Zedeker. We know she has a 3-second speed for an 85-foot court. And now the shot over the backboard by Jalea Lee is out of bounds to Dowling, and a substitution now for the Maroons. Ellie Olsen will take a well-deserved rest, and she'll be replaced by Macy Harnden. So the Maroons starting their rotation. Kaylee Klein is the next one up if Coach Marr decides to put her in. 4:20 to go, first quarter. Dowling 12, Roosevelt 2 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Riders stay in that zone. Dowling patient with it. Corner three by Tritton is no good. Ball slapped around and picked up by Lee of Roosevelt. Now the ball's stolen away by Katie Moeller, and it goes off and deflects off Milliken out of bounds to Dowling. So backcourt pressure again for the Maroons.
And on that last possession is a wide open three, but what was nice is they reversed it through the high post with Moeller, and she kicked it back out for an open three-pointer for Tritton.
All right, here's Tritton with it. Dowling inbounds the ball. Again, Roosevelt in 2-3 zone. Here's Tritton, dribbles the right elbow. Now Zedeker. Corner three from the right side, off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling, and Macy Harnden. Brand new shot clock. Zedeker dribbles baseline, looking, trying to penetrate. Now dribbles baseline, leaves it to Harnden. Now out to Katie Moeller for three. It's good. Great ball rotation set up by dribble penetration of Zedeker.
I thought 3 different times the ball was going up, and the last time when it went to Moeller, that was not gonna be passed one more. That was wide open for a three there.
Make the extra pass.
Yeah. Well, they did, and that's how she got it, right?
Now the Riders in the lane. Gentry shot no good, and it's out of bounds off Dowling as the Maroons continue the rotation. Kaylee Klein, 5'11" freshman, had a career high the other night of 20 points in Dowling's win over Lincoln, and she replaces Layla Tritton in the Dowling lineup.
I think she was 6 for 6, wasn't she, or 7 for 7?
You had those numbers. I had her down for 6 threes in the contest, and
so
2
7 for 7.
Yeah, and 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
There I go again. Coach Smith told me 6 for 6 the other night. I should have listened to her.
I'll bet. Now, baseline jumper no good by Gentry of Roosevelt. Dowling with the rebound. Now Harnden in transition shoots the three, and it goes over the backboard out of bounds to the Riders. With 2:45 to go, the Maroons leading 15-2. Dowling with its largest lead of 13 here in the first half.
Again, the push up the court is just rendering that zone defense really ineffective.
Now the Riders now run a play underneath, and they draw a foul. Backdoor cut by Ladinsky of Roosevelt, and she drew the foul. And they'll whistle it on Kaylee Klein. Our officials tonight, let's get them involved a little bit. William Dotson, Johnny Getting, and TJ Augustine. TJ was out a couple weeks with a leg injury. Glad to see him back. And the first free throw good by Roosevelt. That's Ladinsky, who's a 56% free throw shooter on the year. Hits the first one. 15-3 our score. Dowling with the lead. Second free throw good by Ladinsky. And the Maroons in the front court. It's Zedeker, Katie Moeller, Ellie Moeller, Kaylee Klein, and Macy Harnden, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. 2:20 to go, first quarter. Dowling by 11. Harnden for three. It's no good. And the rebound, Roosevelt. And that's Olivia Bailey. Bailey dribbles in the front court, wants to penetrate, and throws it away. Good hands by Coach Danner right in front of us, and kept it from going back to the suitcases where all our stuff is.
And he was still in the coach's box.
Well, that's subjective there. He's right on the volleyball line, so we'll call him in. 2:10 to go, 15-4 Dowling. Ellie Moeller and Harnden check out of the Dowling lineup. Zedeker and Tritton back in. Now a long three, no good by Kaylee Klein. Dowling gets the rebound. Offensive rebound, Olsen. Katie Moeller for three, left it short. Rebound, Roosevelt and Gentry. Meredith in the front court, now double team. Leaves it for Bailey. Out to Gentry, and Meredith will set up the Roosevelt offense against Dowling's man-to-man defense. Get the ball to Ladinsky, left wing. Oh, she tries to dribble against Moeller and has to pick it up. Now gets it out to Lee, top of the key. Now to Bailey. Tried to dribble in the lane, couldn't. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Gentry down the lane, double team. Kicks it out to Hoda Muhammad. Now they get underneath it, stolen away by Klein. Turnover against the Riders. Dowling down court. Tritton won't shoot it as she dribbled baseline. The Maroons reverse the ball as Roosevelt jumps back to a zone defense with 65 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dowling 15, Roosevelt 4. Klein for 3, it's in and out, no good. And the rebound, Bailey and Roosevelt.
Right now, the Maroons are really 3 happy at this point and probably need to get the ball inside.
Now a steal by Klein. Dowling in transition. And now Katie Muller for 3, left it short. Zediker offensive rebound. The Maroons will take the ball out beyond the 3-point arc and start over. 30 on the shot clock, 36 seconds on the game clock as we come to the closing seconds of the first quarter. Dowling by 11. Zediker with it. Out to Tritton. Now they reverse it left wing. Top of the key to Klein. They reverse to Zediker, and it's poked away by Ladinsky. Picked up by Zediker for 3. It's good. I'll tell you what, Ladinsky went for the steal, and Zediker got it back and scored the 3.
Yeah, that was a good fight for that ball there. Turned into 50-50, and Ava wanted just a little bit more. Was able to turn and create space for a wide open shot.
8 points for Zediker, and the Riders aren't going to get a shot off. So we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym with the score. Dowling Catholic 18, Roosevelt 4, alongside Scott Babinet. I'm Mark Amadeo, and we're coming to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Girls Class 5A Regional Final. The winner punches their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament next week. We'll return with the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Second quarter underway. Dowling leading Roosevelt 18-4. Riders have the ball first. Bailey's shot in the lane, no good. Offensive rebound, Riders. And a shot put up and no good as Hoda Muhammad with the first shot off the bench for the Riders. And the Maroons have the basketball, leading 18-4. Both teams were 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And Scott, give us some first quarter numbers, if you will.
Yeah, Dowling was 6 for 17 from the field, 4 for 13 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 10 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, no turnovers. And Roosevelt was 1 for 11, 0 for 1 for 3. They had 10, and 4 of them were offensive rebounds as well.
All right, Muller's shot is no good. Rebound slapped out to Roosevelt. Riders go in the front court with Bailey, and it's stolen away by Harnden of Dowling. So Dowling with the ball. Maroons go right to left wearing their home white uniforms, maroon numbers. Roosevelt in their road gray uniforms with blue trim and white letters and numbers. Dowling right to left in front of us as we're sit behind the scorer's table here at Dowling. He's getting a little sloppy with the basketball. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Harnden with it. Skip pass in the corner. Now here's Ellie Muller. Baseline 10-footer, no good from the left side. And a rebound out to Roosevelt.
Yeah, their defense out of the zone there was a little more effective that time. Kind of slowed what Dowling wanted to do. And they just need to reverse the ball quicker, Mark.
Now the Riders with the ball. Milliken coming off the ball screen by Jalea Lee. Goes all the way down and draws the foul. This will be on Ellie Muller, her first. 6.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Dowling leads 18-4. That was our score at the quarter, so let's see if Milliken can break these. Pick off the lid on the basket. She does with the first free throw here, Scott, and that's her first point of the night. Bree Milliken of Roosevelt.
Yeah, 3 for 3 for them to start off the game from the line. Over in Ankeny right now. Ankeny's beating Valley at the start of the second, 8-5.
Low-scoring game there. Second free throw by Milliken, no good. Rebound Dowling and Muller. This is Ellie Muller. Outlet pass goes to Zedeker. Now to Klein, who's in there. Kaylee Klein. Layla Trenton, Ava Zedeker, the three guards, along with Ellie Olson and Ellie Muller, the 5 and the 4 for Dowling. Roosevelt stays 2-3 zone. Now here is Zedeker for three, good. Zedeker with 11 points, and it's her third three of the night. Now Bailey in transition for Roosevelt, and Olivia's shot up and no good from 15. Rebound Dowling, and Olson takes it all the way down. Now outside to Zedeker, back to Olson. And the Maroons will set their offense, leading 21-5. Largest lead for Dowling is right now at 16 points. Now a corner three by Zedeker, good. She has lit up the place. She has 14 points as Ava Zedeker, her fourth three of the night with 5.5 to go. Full court pressure by Dowling.
And they're doing a lot of cross-court reversal passes for wide open shots, but that's because Olson and Muller are doing a great job inside, taking up space.
Here's Bailey for three, and it's good. Olivia Bailey with her 42nd made three of the year, and that is Roosevelt's second field goal of the night. Gentry got it started back in the first quarter, and Bailey scores a three there, 24-8 Dowling. Riders now stay 2-3 zone. Tritton now, corner three from the left wing. It's no good. Rebound Zedeker, and she's tied up on the rebound by Jasmine Guerrero. And it'll be Dowling basketball. So Guerrero, along with Hoda Muhammad, have come off the Rider bench tonight. Back in for Roosevelt, Meredith Gentry and Bree Milliken to go along with Bailey. Guerrero and Savannah Lee now in there. Long three up and no good by the Maroons. Rebound Roosevelt. Riders in the front court. Here's Milliken with it. Tries to get a pass underneath to a cutting Savannah Lee, but it's knocked away by Zedeker. And I'll tell you, Ava is all over the passing lanes tonight. She's deflected or altered several passes for the Riders.
And for her this year, not only has she been the leading scorer, we've seen this the last 2 years, but as the leading scorer, she's also taken on one of the toughest defensive assignments every game as well.
Now a long three, no good by Jasmine Guerrero of Roosevelt. Rebound Dowling, and the Maroons hustling down court. They get it to Ellie Muller, and her layup is no good. Rebound out to Roosevelt. Maybe Dowling playing just a little too fast. And now we got a whistle and a foul on Klein. As Kayleen had a shot at the errant ball, but picks up the foul, and that'll be her first, or her second foul rather.
Yeah, I think she just led with the wrong arm there to try to get the steal. Rather she led with the arm close to the defender. If she gets that off arm in front, she probably has a steal going for a layup.
Second team foul of the second quarter on Dowling. Roosevelt has none. Riders inbound the ball. Bailey travels with the basketball as she tried to put a move on Harnden. Turnover against the Riders with 4 minutes to play here in the half. Dowling 24, Roosevelt 8.
And then officially, that's their 7th turnover of the game. So
Riders come in averaging 17 turnovers on the year. Dowling comes in averaging 10.5 turnovers on the year.
And they've really cut those down the last 3 or 4 games as well. Dowling has.
The goal is to be single digits.
Yes.
That's what you strive for.
Although with as fast a pace as Dowling does like to play, if they keep it around 10 to 12, they're usually okay.
Harnden for three, and it's good. She was empty her first few shots, and Macy with her 24th made three of the year gives Dowling a 27-8 lead, equaling their largest lead of 19 points here in the first half with 3.5 minutes to go. Dowling 27, Roosevelt 8. Now Bailey for three, it's no good. Ellie Muller the rebound for Dowling. The Maroons the other way, right to left in front of us. Not a bad crowd on this regional final night. Katie Muller in transition. Nobody comes out to guard her. Three-pointer good. Katie with her second three of the night. She has 6 points and a timeout called by Roosevelt. And this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. With 3:16 to go here in the first half, Dowling 30, Roosevelt 8, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610, ashworthvision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Dowling leading 30-8. Roosevelt with the basketball out of the timeout. Savannah Lee's shot in the lane is no good. Rebound Dowling. Harnden now. Lead pass to Katie Muller. Corner three, good. Katie Muller with her third three of the night. She's starting to feel it there, Scott. Her 9th point, and Dowling up 33-8.
Yeah, this kind of looks like, I think, the third quarter the other night where they just came out firing and everything started to fall. And it just turns into a barrage, and you can't keep up at that point.
Now Harnden fakes the shot, goes baseline, scores. Macy Harnden with her 5th point. Runs out there with Harnden, Tritton, Kaylee Klein, Ellie Muller, and Katie Muller. Go ahead, Scott.
That was the obligatory 2-point shot, I believe.
Guerrero hits the three for Roosevelt in transition. That's her first 3 points tonight. 35-11 Dowling. 2 minutes to play, second quarter here at the Dowling Gym. And now Katie Muller again for three, and it's good. She's all over the place. Three from the left baseline area, and this one from the right wing.
The Maroons are 6 for 8 from three this second quarter.
12 points for Katie Muller. 38-11 Dowling. Underneath, the shot goes out of bounds as Lundisky has her shot blocked. And I have unequivocally, reluctantly got a halftime guess, and he's walking our way. The Dowling freshman coach is going to tell us how many career wins he has, how long he's been here. Dowling boys freshman coach Kevin O'Hare will join us at halftime. But he's bringing gift bags. Oh, okay, I can do that. Riders with the ball, they go underneath. Lee's shot no good. Rebound comes out to Dowling with 1.5 minutes to go.
He may have a few Caitlin Clark stories as well.
Now they're all untrue. He's the workout guru in the summer for her, allegedly. Now here's a three-pointer up and no good. Trenton puts it back up, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line. Fouls on Roosevelt with 1:16 to go in the half. Whistle and a foul on Savannah Lee, her first. And Trenton will have 2 free throws. It means I got to get this mic ready for him, and might as well.
We have some score updates. Late in the first, it was Johnson 23-15 over Sioux City West. Ankeny Centennial was up 15-9 over Sioux City East after 1. And right now, Valley's leading Ankeny with 2 minutes left, 16-15.
All right, thank you, Scott. As Tritton goes 1 for 2 at the line, she has 3 points tonight. 1:10 to play, 39-11. Dowling leads Roosevelt. Riders in the front court is Savannah Lee. Dribble handoff goes to Bailey. She'll launch a three, top of the key. It's no good. Rebound. Well, Zediker and Olsen had it, and they lost it. Can you hear us all right there, Mr. O'Hare?
I sure can.
Oh, great. That's all we need. A North Carolina voice. Corner three by Kaylee Klein, up and good. Klein with her first 3 points of the night. And it's Dowling 42, Roosevelt 11 here in Iowa Catholic Radio. That voice you heard, Kevin O'Hare, the long-time assistant coach on the varsity and the boys freshman coach at Dowling. How many years?
23.
I was going to say 33, but okay, it just seems like 33. In the lane, Lee's shot's no good. And the rebound out to Dowling. Here's Tritton with it. Leaves it for Olson. Katie Moeller for three again. Good. Did you teach her how to do that?
No.
Wow.
We could use about 6 of these girls on our varsity boys team right now.
15 points for Moeller on 5 threes. 45-11 Dowling. Final seconds of the quarter. In the lane, Gentry's shot is blocked, and we go to halftime with the Maroons leading 45-11 over Des Moines Roosevelt. And Scott Babinett, what a first half by these Maroons. 15 points for Katie Moeller on 5 threes. Zedeker with 14 points at halftime, and that's just the start.
Right, it's hard to beat a team when they shoot 8 for 11 for the quarter from 3. So, and her shot is just pure. I mean, we were talking about this the other night, whether her or Klein, when they shoot it, it looks good leaving their hands. So that onslaught makes it very difficult for Roosevelt to hang in here right now.
Yeah, the Maroons are 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Not that they've been there much. The Riders are 3 of 5 at the line. But we go to halftime with Dowling leading 45-11 alongside Scott Babinett. Mark Amadale will take a 1-minute break. Brady Grimm, and we'll be back with the boys. Freshman head coach, been here for many years at Dowling Catholic High School. Another winning season. We'll talk more about that with Kevin O'Hare as our halftime show is coming up. Halftime of the girls game, Dowling 45, Roosevelt 11 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Welcome to Faith Check. You know, we can't earn God's love. That's about as foolish as a kid down the street trying to earn his way into my family by mowing my lawn each week. To be reborn in Christ is to be adopted as God's son or daughter. It's a gift that could never be purchased or earned. Nevertheless, there's still certain requirements for remaining part of God's family. Just as a child can get himself kicked out of the house or even disinherited, so too we can separate ourselves from God's grace through what the church traditionally calls mortal sin. These sins can take the form of commission, where we do something wrong, such as stealing or committing adultery, or omission, where we simply fail to do the good, such as ignoring those in need or refusing to forgive. Paul exhorts us in 1 Corinthians 10 to not be like the Israelites, who in spite of having been liberated from the slavery of Egypt, baptized in the Red Sea, and fed with the manna from heaven in the desert, failed to enter the promised land because of their disobedience. So if today you hear his voice, brothers and sisters, harden not your hearts. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And welcome back to halftime here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale, we're at halftime. Dowling leading Roosevelt 45-11. The winner punches their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament next week. We're going to talk a little boys basketball. And, you know, we've had Coach Einertson on, and we've had some of the other coaches on. We haven't had the freshman coach on. And Kevin O'Hare, you're used to sitting shotgun with me like Mr. Babinett is. Welcome tonight. And, you know, I had a weak moment, Scott Babinett, and I saw him over there. He said, look at your phone, and I did. He says, do you need a halftime guest? And I was going to say no, but, you know, why not? Why not bring the coach in?
Let somebody else hear from somebody better than me.
Well, no, and I think you always have to have your B team ready here, and so I think Scott's been great as one of those type of guys. I'm kidding. We give each other a hard time, Cubs Cardinals. So we got a lot of history, Cubs Cardinals.
Well, Coach O'Hare, what a year you've had. You close out your season with your freshman team, 15-6. So congratulations. So you're just six losses away from 100, according to my calculations. Is that true?
It is.
See?
Wow.
I'm on top of this, Scott.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Kevin O'Hare has amassed 366 wins here at Dowling Catholic High School, including this year. And as you said, what, 23 years? This end of 23, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure that out. That's about, what, 6 wins a year, 7 wins maybe? Oh, no, that's my bad.
Not your best math.
Scott,
Scott's so locked in
here. They got scores over there. They got the regional scores from the brackets. See, I wish our boys team would have, you know, people on the staff that could do that.
We don't have 45-11 leads at half so that we can. We got to focus on one play at a time, trust me.
Well, Kevin, talk about your freshman team. You and Todd Heatherton, the coaches of the Dowling freshmen, 24 kids. You kept and talk about the season. Who are some of the up-and-comers and who we might see out here in this varsity court here in a few years?
Yeah, so we had a really, really good year. I would say we exceeded a lot of expectations that a lot of other people didn't have for us, which was a huge credit to these guys. They worked their tail off, every guy from 1 to 24. In regards to some names that I think and know that we'll hear from down the road, Sam Ralston is he's going to be a guy that we're going to hear a lot from. He's a wing player for us. He was phenomenal this year. Our point guard, Samson Aminu, was fantastic. Alfred Coley, and then we rounded out the starting five with Gabe Lawson and Davin Tritton, whose sister is out here playing. And then again, we had a very deep bench with a lot of guys who pushed each other all the way throughout the year. So just a really good group of kids.
Well, that's great. And I know you had an A and B team. I know Mr. Hetherington had a tremendous record on the B team, probably a lot better than yours.
It wasn't, but we're gonna give him the night off. We don't want to beat him up too much. But Coach Hetherington, who is up here over my right shoulder, he, as always, 6 years in, was fantastic with the kids. He does a great job. I can play bad cop, he plays good cop, and he builds really good relationships with our kids, and he's been phenomenal for us.
Well, that's awesome. And Kevin, I know you've been part of this Dowling program for many, many years. You mentioned 23 years in the coaching staff, but you played here. I know you love it here. And as Scott mentioned, there's this gal named Clark that you have workouts with in the summer. So I don't want to give you too much credit, but is it true that you work her out pretty hard, and she's ready for the Big Ten season? And Caitlin Clark,
I rebound and I pass and I do what she tells me to do. So I'm pretty good at those things. I think there's a lot of people that could probably train Caitlin Clark, but I have been fortunate the last 6 years to be working with her.
Now wait a second. I remember when you played here, you did not pass. You were a shooter.
I'm making up for a lot of lost time.
Scott, and I can tell you, I sat right here and called his games, and he did not pass. So there must be something wrong there.
Were you a shooter or a scorer, or both?
I would say I was a shooter who thought he was a scorer. I played more of a two position back then. It was a little bit more numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 than it is obviously now.
If I bring Coach Ligori back, I don't know if that'd be the same answer, but go ahead.
I definitely shot. I think Caitlin and I have the same outlook there. We're both volume shooters. Hers go in a lot more than I do, but yeah, I was more off the ball probably.
You know, Mark, back in the past when I was part of the staff, Kevin would come in and go with the scout team, and he would always guard Caitlin and just make things really hard for her.
Well,
which made her a lot better. I mean, he's very quick.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that, but there's probably a little bit of trash talking going on. You could say he was guarding somebody, but really.
No, he did.
I know better.
No, that was always fun. I think the girls program, even when Scott was here, even obviously now, they just do a great job bringing in kind of, you could say they're gray teamers, so to speak. They bring in a lot of these high school kids, some older from time to time, and it just gives the girls a different look with bigger, faster, stronger, all that good stuff that helps them prepare for games like this.
Well, Kevin, as you know, coaching freshman basketball, these kids made the final cut of 24 to be on the freshman team. Next year, it's going to get tighter. There's 15 they keep on the sophomore team. So it's in the kids' hands how much better they want to get. If they want to get better, they want to continue playing. But that's the next level is sophomore basketball here at Dowling.
Yeah, that's a big step for all of them. Obviously, they're going to go into track and baseball now, which is awesome. But it's easy to get better when you have a basketball in your hands 6 days a week for 3 months of the year. It's what you do these next 9 months that are really going to propel you, or you're going to take some steps back. So we encourage them, obviously, 30 minutes a day just to find it while you're in your in-season sport, just to stay fresh.
Yeah, so as the program builds, you've had several coaches. We talked to Coach Einerson about building a new program, and I think this, in my time here, is the third head coach at the varsity level. Does that change for your preparation for them getting ready for another philosophy?
A little, but I think the varsity coaches that have all been here, they obviously, we want to run the same stuff under the same umbrella, but they give you a lot of freedom to do your own thing. So whether it's things that I brought back from St. Ambrose back in the day, or I watched Tom Izzo, or pick a coach out there and you steal their stuff, our varsity coaches have been really good to let our lower level coaches kind of do their own thing, but at the same time keep it within structure and follow the umbrella.
I noticed you didn't use Mike Krzyzewski as one of your coaches you take stuff from.
Who's that?
That's what I thought. Folks, he's North Carolina, I'm Duke, and that's probably about as far as it'll go. Well,
those teams played each other, right, already?
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
We're talking high school.
Okay.
Hey, and I know a coach that's near and dear to our heart, Ray Shevlin out at St. Ambrose. He was your college coach, been in the hospital lately. I think he's on his way to recovering, and our shout out to the folks over at Davenport Assumption, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, and Ray Shevlin, the longtime men's basketball coach there. My wife and his sister are very good friends. The Dowds here in central Iowa, but I know you want to give a shout out to Coach.
Yeah, he had an unfortunate spill that kind of put him in the hospital, and it was rough for a month or so there, and he's on his way to getting better and feeling better. So huge shout out to him and quick recovery for him.
Absolutely. Kevin, thanks for all you do. Thanks for stopping by, and I should get your texts more often.
I think you do. You just don't respond to them.
Well, that's because you give me the North Carolina Duke score. So thanks for all you do.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet. We'll take a break and come back at halftime. Dowling 45, Roosevelt 11. Back here in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back at the Dowling Gym, underway here in the second half. The Maroons lead at 45-13 as a basket by Jalea Lee of Roosevelt was good, and now Dowling with the ball. First shot was no good. The Maroons get the offensive rebound, and now Katie Muller down the lane, and she misses the layup. So rebound out the Riders. They trail 45-13, 7 minutes remaining. Here in the third quarter, we'll have our first half statistics and scores from the other regional games going on. Now Lee underneath, her shot blocked by Ellie Muller, gets her own rebound and draws the foul. And Muller will pick up her second foul tonight. That'll be Ellie Muller. And Scott, you got to look at some scores.
Yeah, it looks like at the half, Johnson's up 56-22. Des Moines or Davenport North is up 25-24. Waukee's up 22-20. Ankeny Centennial's up 20-14. Pleasant Valley up 17-12. Cedar Rapids Prairie up 13-8. And Valley and Ankeny are tied at the half.
That's the big one. Valley Ankeny, that 8-9 game. Thank you, Scott. 45-14 as Lee makes 1 for 2. And now Ellie Olson in the lane and gets her first basket of the night for Dowling. 47-14 Maroons. For Jalea Lee, she was held scoreless in the first half and now has 3 points with that free throw and then the basket and the possession before. Riders with the ball blocked out of bounds, blocked by Ellie Muller. She gets the rebound. Down court it goes to Katie Muller. Layup good. Maroons running the floor, and Katie with her 17th point to lead the Maroons.
And you're not going to believe this. They have 5 shots of 2-point range, none from 3 this quarter. Dowling.
6 minutes to play, 49-14 Maroons. And now Bailey from the right elbow. It's her shot no good. Rebound Ellie Muller. Dowling now in transition. Here's Zedeker. Back to Muller underneath. Her shot up and no good. Drew the foul. And the clock will continue to run as we're into the running clock, continuous clock with the disadvantage. And Scott, you got to look at some of the first half numbers.
Yeah, for the first half, Roosevelt shot 3 for 24 from the field, 2 for 7 from three-point land, 3 for 4 from the line, 15 rebounds, 5 offensive, and 7 turnovers. For the Maroons, they were 15 for 32 from the field, 12 of 24 from three-point range, 3 for 4 from the line, 23 rebounds, 7 offensive, and no turnovers.
All right, we'll now run down the scoring from the first half. For Roosevelt, the Riders were led in scoring by Olivia Bailey and Jasmine Guerrero with 3 points each. 2 points for Kenna Ladinsky and Meredith Gentry. 1 point for Bree Milliken. And Jalea Lee, who had no points at halftime, has 3 points here in the third quarter. The Riders were 3 out of 4 at the free throw line at the half, and they are now 4 of 5 at the line. Check that, 3 of 5 at the line here in the game. Maroons were led at halftime by Katie Muller with 15 points. She now has 17 points with the basket here in the third quarter. Ava Zedeker with 14 points at halftime. 5 points each for Ellie Muller, and off the bench Macy Harnan with 5 points at halftime. Layla Tritton and Kaylee Klein 3 points at halftime. Ellie Olson did not score in the first half. She now has 2 points here in the third quarter, as the Maroons were 3 of 4 at the free throw line. And Dowling outscored Roosevelt 18-4 at the end of the first quarter and outscored the Riders 27-7 in the second quarter to lead at halftime 45-11. Muller's free throw no good. And the rebound, Roosevelt. 49-14 is our score. 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter at the Dowling Gym. The winner punches their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament beginning Monday for Class 5A. And now here's a shot mid-range, no good by Bailey. The Maroons outlet pass thrown away. So Maroons commit the turnover as we have the continuous clock with the 35-point lead or more. They have the mercy rule in high school basketball, and the Maroons now have the running clock against Roosevelt.
And Mark, I think I might have mismatched some scores there. I believe Pleasant Valley is at 22-20 over Waukee Northwest.
Okay, that's a good one. Pleasant Valley hosting Waukee Northwest. Pleasant Valley, the defending champs in Class 5A. They knocked off Johnson last year in the championship game, and now underneath, a shot no good by Lee. Ball slapped out of bounds. They say it went off Ellie Muller, who got a block shot there and then deflected it out of bounds.
And I think the other day she probably has the school record for a season in blocks, I believe, but she was close last Thursday in our discussion on the way over to Iowa City, and she's had a ton of them.
Now Bailey's shot is blocked by Dowling. The Maroons with the run out, and Tritton with the layup that's good. Layla Tritton with her 5th point of the night. 51-14 Dowling. And the Riders now coming off a double high post screen is Bailey. Gets it to Lindisky. Now to Lee. Dribbles down against Muller. And her shot up and no good. Drew the foul, and on Ellie that'll be her 3rd foul.
Yeah, again, she gets in trouble when the post is real physical inside to body up on her. That time got into her and her arms came down when she's trying to block.
Ellie Muller with 3 points. She's 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Check that, she has 5 points and she's 2 for 4 at the free throw line. She'll have a seat on the bench. First free throw good by Jalea Lee, who's a 61% free throw shooter on the year for the 5'11 sophomore. Tell you what, she didn't back down to Ellie Muller tonight at all. Second free throw rolls around and falls through. Lee now 3 of 4 at the line. Has 5 points all in the third quarter. 51-16 Dowling. 3:40 remaining, third quarter. Now here's Katie Muller with the basketball and lose the ball out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt basketball.
Yeah, Katie Muller running the point with Ava Zedeker on the bench right now. And she had a good little drive going there. Probably got a step too far in. Probably could have kicked it earlier and saved the turnover.
All right, Roosevelt with the ball. Underneath, a little leaner in the lane, up and good by Gentry. Meredith Gentry with her 4th point of the night. 51-18 is our score.
That was a great job by her holding her pivot foot as she let the defender fly by.
Now here's Klein with it for the Maroons. Kaylee gets it out to Harnden. Macy now dribbling against Milliken, and we've got a timeout Dowling. 30-second timeout called by head coach Kristen Meyer with 2:54 remaining in the third quarter. Dowling 51, Roosevelt 18 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Reminder, We'll be on the air Friday night for the boys sub-state semifinal as we travel over to Waukee Northwest High School. It'll be Dowling and Waukee Northwest. The two teams split during the regular season. Dowling winning here 56-51 back on January 5th, and Waukee Northwest winning at their gym back on February 6th, 81-61. So the rubber game is Friday night, the Dowling boys in postseason. The winner of that game will face the winner of Cedar Falls and Ottumwa, also being played on Friday night, Scott.
What I'm hearing you say is it's time for the road team to win a game.
Well, in the girls' regionals, all those regional games I gave you, there was only one road team that won, and that was Iowa City West, upsetting number 13 Southeast Polk Saturday night. Everybody else, home team has won, and that's the way it's looking here right now with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Dowling 51-18 over Roosevelt. Maroons by 33. Here's Harnden with it, dribbles baseline, and now the shot clock violation on the Maroons. Yeah, when they called timeout, it wasn't reset, and the group out there wasn't really paying attention. So a turnover forced by the Riders.
Now, and that's one that Coach Meyer will really discuss with them. You have to be aware of what the clock situation is. You can't get caught like that.
Roosevelt with the basketball. Here's Lee with it in the lane, and a shot against Katie Moeller is blocked and out of bounds to Dowling as it went off the hands of Bree Milliken. It'll be Maroon basketball. So it'll be Katie Muller, Ellie Olson on the floor for Dowling. Maddie Rice, number 25, in there. She has the ball along with Kaylee Klein. Klein, top of the key for three. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net for the freshman Klein as she shot shooting lights out. That's her sixth point of the night on a pair of threes.
Are you kidding me? We get 3 more years of these two shooters. That's crazy. They're just such confidence and such a pure shot for both of them. It's amazing.
Well, they really show it. And now underneath, the shot in the lane is no good by Jalea Lee. She was battling in there. And rebound Dowling. Runs in the front court. Maddie Rice out to Klein again, or out to Katie Muller again, and her shot no good. May have just grazed the rim, out of bounds to Roosevelt, and then substitutions. Muller will check out, and so will Ellie Olson. Into the Dowling lineup, Emma Hazel, 5'7" senior, and the only senior on the team, along with Nellie Johnson, a 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 35.
By the way, just under 3 minutes over in Ankeny. Valley's up 21-20.
3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yes.
So that'll be a good one. We'll try to keep you scores there. Under a minute left here, 45 seconds to be exact. Dowling 54, Roosevelt 18. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinette, and here's Harnden, and she's going to get a blocking foul. Draw a blocking foul on Milliken. That'll be her first. That'll be Dowling basketball. Clock continues to run as the Maroons lead by more than 35. They'll continue to run. Maroons inbound the ball to Hazel. Now they reverse it left wing. Here's Klein with it. Kaylee. And Roosevelt man-to-man defense. It's to Nellie Johnson. Now to Harnden. Dribble drives in the lane. Shot up and over the backboard. No good. And it'll be Roosevelt possession. But that'll end the third quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 54. Des Moines Roosevelt 18 alongside Scott Babinette, Mark Amadale. We'll be back at the start of the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the fourth quarter. Corner three by Layla Tritton, good from the right wing. Tritton now with 8 points, and it's 57-18 Dowling. And the rails in the lane. A shot by Bailey is good. And for Bailey, that'll be her 5th point of the night, as she is their leading scorer, averaging just under 12 points a contest. 57-20, Dowling by 37, as the clock will run continuously here unless there's a free throw or a timeout. Riders have the basketball. Kiani Langford in the lineup, number 13, a 5'1" sophomore. Lisa for Hoda Muhammad in the lane. Her shot up and good. Muhammad with her first basket of the night, off the bench with 2 points for the 5'5" sophomore. 57-22 Dowling. Katie Muller down the lane, goes the right block, stops, kicks it out to Ellie Olsen. Lobs it inside to Ellie Muller, and she's fouled underneath by Olivia Bailey, and that'll be her second foul, and Muller to the line. Ellie 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Scott, you got to look at some of the numbers through 3 quarters.
Yeah, the third quarter stats, Dowling was 4 for 9 from the field, 0 for 2 from the line. They had 7 rebounds, 1 of them offensive, 3 turnovers. For Roosevelt, they're 2 for 11 from the field, no 3-pointers attempted, 3 for 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 2 offensive, and 2 turnovers.
Both free throws no good. Tritton with the offensive rebound. Lisa for Katie Muller for 3, good. Katie with 20 points to lead all scorers tonight, 60-22 Maroons. Now Roosevelt the other way, and a long 3, no good by Kiani Langford. Rebound Dowling. Zedeker back in. Lisa for Tritton for 3, and it's good. Layla Tritton with the corner 3 from the right side, and she has 8 of her 11 points here in the second half, and Dowling up to a 63-22 lead. Bailey for 3 on the other end for Roosevelt. It's no good, and it's out of bounds to Dowling.
Yeah, I don't know how you stop that onslaught once the Maroons get knocking down the threes like they are right now tonight. They start off a little slow tonight, but man, they've been awesome from 3 these last couple of games.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Catholic Tuition Organization. Our fine folks at Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology in Clive. Now the Maroons with the basketball underneath. A shot no good by Maddie Rice. Maroons keep the rebound and get the new shot clock with 5:15 to go, 4 quarters. Zedeker takes in the lane, and she shoots and scores over Guerrero. Ava Zedeker with 16 points. That's her first basket of the second half.
Yeah, she's been doing a good job, though, being patient, getting everybody involved as well. But that was she got the rebound and then turned it back inside for the layup.
Now underneath, a little scoop shot, no good by Mohammed of Roosevelt. Rebound Dowling, and here's Zedeker down court, layup good. They didn't pick her up, and she took advantage of it. Zedeker with 18 points. She had 14 at half and didn't have any points in the third quarter. I think that might have been part of the substitutions.
Right.
She was on the bench a lot, and now Coach Meyer's going to play her a little bit here for the fourth quarter as the Maroons were in control of this game.
And that's just a good read on her part. They didn't stop her, so she just kept going.
Substitution now for the Maroons. Checking in, Emma Hazel, number 31, a senior, along with Nellie Johnson, a 5'7" sophomore, to go along with Macy Harnden, who will stay in. Also in there, Kaylee Klein and Maddie Rice in the lineup for Dowling. Maroons bringing the front court with Nellie Johnson. Now to Klein. Kaylee in the lane. Her shot blocked out of bounds. It'll be Maroon basketball with 25 in the shot clock as we approach the 4-minute mark. Maroons were 3 of 4 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Roosevelt 6 of 8 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Here's Klein for 3. It's no good. And the Maroons try to save it from going out of bounds, and Rice stepped on the baseline, out of bounds to Roosevelt. Riders bring in Alina Gentry, the younger sister, or the senior of the Gentry sisters. Meredith, the sophomore, starts, and Alina, the senior, playing right now.
See, we start bragging on Klein and Muller from 3, and they gave us a couple air balls to reward our good thoughts there.
Legs are going, girls. Just be quite honest. Legs will go. Near steal by Dowling, and Riders get it, and Bailey shoots and scores. Olivia Bailey with her 7th point. Maroons have held her below her average of 12. Dowling with the ball. They work underneath, and now turnover on the Maroons with under 3 minutes to play. We'll have post-game activities and interviews going on tonight, so stay tuned. 67-24 Dowling. Riders now with a missed shot. Maroons in the front court. 2:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Running clock. And we'll have lots of interviews tonight as the Maroons are going to advance to the Girls State Basketball Tournament for the 25th time in school history. What an accomplishment. And I can tell you, when I was here as a student in the 70s, and the lady behind you, my wife, who played on this team, nobody thought they would get the state tournament. They didn't. Well, 25 years.
Out of 50.
Out of 50 they've been here. How about that?
Yeah, that's an incredible accomplishment to get there and keep the consistency every year. And I know it's kind of not just a goal, it's an expectation for the Maroons.
Now a shot in the lane, no good by Roosevelt and Bailey. Rebound out to Dowling, and that's Emma Hazel, the senior, with the rebound. Underneath, uncontested layup by Sophia Anthony Bodie is no good. Rebound out to Dowling. Sadie Reinhardt for three in the game, no good. Rebound Hazel. Emma in the lane, shot off the glass, no good, and she'll go to the free throw line. And what a round of applause for her, the lone senior on the Dowling team. Fouls on Meredith Gentry, her first. And the senior Hazel at the free throw line. And Emma is also our February recipient of our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. As a free throw by Hazel is no good. She'll get one more. Second one on the way. Good. Emma with 1 point tonight. 68-24 Dowling. Minute and a half to go here in the fourth quarter. Mark Hamadale alongside Scott Babinat here at the Dowling gym. Post-game will follow the contest, and that'll be an extensive post-game with the Maroons punching their ticket for the 25th time to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Here's a steal by Dowling, and that's Reinhardt with the steal in the corner for three. It's no good. Follow-up shot up and good by Maddie Rice. That's her first 2 points of the night. 70-24 Dowling with a minute to play. Now a steal by the Maroons. Sophia Anthony Bodie with the steal. Underneath Nellie Johnson, layup good. Nellie with her first 2 points of the night. 72-24. And Dowling now making a statement as they advance to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. 40 seconds remaining. And a shot up and good. How about that?
That was
almost
amazing.
the top of the backboard and goes through for the Riders.
It had to be the Kevin O'Hara bounce.
Kevin O'Hare bounce, yeah.
O'Hare, not O'Hare.
Yeah, Kevin O'Hare. That was Bree Milliken with the basket. That is her third point of the night. Dowling running their offense with their JV team in there. Here's Reinhardt with it. Lisa Fernelli Johnson. Dribble handoff to Rice. Maddie with it now to the senior. Hazel, her shot blocked. She draws the foul, and that'll stop the clock with 5.9 seconds remaining. And a foul on Roosevelt. That'll be on Olivia Bailey, her third. But more importantly, the lone senior on the team going to the free throw line, Emma Hazel. And I can brag about her right now. She is February's recipient of the Dowling Catholic High School Activities Spotlight. Congratulations, Emma Hazel, for being a recognized witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. You can hear Emma's complete interview with John Leonetti and Deacon Mark Campbell on the Catholic Morning Show by visiting the Iowa Catholic Radio podcast page and by going to Friday, February 2nd on iowacatholicradio.com. 73-26, the final. Dowling girls advance to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Again, thank you to our sponsor for Dowling Catholic High School Athletic Activity Spotlight, Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology and Clive, offering a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Hamadale. We're going to take a 2-minute break along our network lines, get us a chance to get scores, to get scoring and statistics done, and we'll be back with interviews as the Dowling girls advance to the Girls State Basketball Tournament with the win tonight, 73-26 over Des Moines Roosevelt. The Maroons will punch their ticket to the state tournament with a record of 19-4 And the Roosevelt Rough Riders close out their season with a record of 15 wins and 8 losses. And we'll return to the Dowling Gym for postgame activities in 2 minutes on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
What does religion have to do with politics? If we can say that the mission of the church is the happiness and salvation of all, then the church will sometimes have to be involved with politics, since the actions of governments can have an impact on people's happiness and salvation. By reflecting on the natural law and the gospel, the church has developed social principles that should guide our societies and governments, including everything from the right to private property and a just wage, to how we treat the poor and immigrants. Of course, Catholics need not be monolithic in how these principles are applied. There is room for legitimate difference of opinion on many issues. On the other hand, the Church also teaches that some issues are so fundamental as to be non-negotiable. In the document Sacramentum Caritatis, Pope Benedict named 3 specific issues that are paramount to the common good. First, defending human life at all ages and stages. Second, upholding traditional marriage between one man and one woman. Thirdly, protecting the natural right of parents to educate and raise their children according to their beliefs. Life, marriage, family. These 3 form the very foundation of society and should be given due priority by Catholics when we go to the ballot box. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale. Final score in Region 3 in Class 5A. The Dowling girls defeating Roosevelt 73-26 as Maroons punching their tickets. Festivities going on the floor. Pictures, team pictures, medals, all that stuff being done. What a way to do it. And Coach Danner just right in front of us said, I've been through this before. I know what's going on.
I mean, that's the fun thing as a coach. You see how hard, the inner workings of the team and how hard they've worked. And I know for the, you'd mentioned at the end, the bench players were coming in and they were executing. And in the 8 years I've been around, I think that was the last couple of games has been the best bench execution as far as what coaches want when you see your players come off the bench. And they've just done a great job this year. And he gets to stand there in pride, as every coach likes to do, with a smile on their face, knowing that the girls did tonight what the coaching staff asked them to do and had them prepared to do.
No question about it, Scott. Let's go through the statistics. I know now, folks, I got to explain something to you. I've had coaches, the Dowling coaches come up. These are like the freshman coaches whose season's over, but they're still part of the program. They're helping out. Well, here's how they're helping out. They bring a big posy board, which coaches use during the game to draw up plays and stuff. Well, they've got scores on it that Babinet has transposed into his score sheet of regional games going on.
Not very well, I might say.
Well, the only thing you got to remember is, I'll talk more about that, but let's get our stats out of the way before we go to scores of other games going on.
Right. For Roosevelt, they were 11 for 52 from the floor, 2 for 10 from three-point line. I had them 6 for 8 from the free throw line. 23 rebounds, 8 of them offensive, and 12 turnovers. For the Maroons, 26 for 55 from the field, an amazing 16 for 32 from three-point line, 5 for 12 from the free throw line, 42 rebounds, 15 of which were offensive, and 6 total turnovers.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring. We'll start with the Riders, the visiting team who closes out their season with a record of 15-8, and what a job Ronnie Lewis has done with his staff. He and Jason Grossman and Scott Schoenberg and Taylor Rummans, they were all part of that staff. And Riders tonight had nobody in double figures. They were led by junior Olivia Bailey with 7 points, followed by Jalea Lee, the sophomore, with 5 points. 4 points for Meredith Gentry. 3 points each for Bree Milliken and Jasmine Guerrero. 2 points for Hoda Muhammad off the bench and 2 points for Kenan Lindinsky. Savannah Lee got in the ball game and did not score, and as did Alina Gentry, who did not score for the Riders, who went 6 of 8 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, they had 10 players in the scoring column tonight, led by Katie Muller with 20 points. She had 15 points at halftime and had 5 in the second half for Katie Muller, the 5'11 freshman leading the way for Dowling with 20 points. She was followed by Ava Zedeker's 18 points. And Layla Tritton, the third Dowling player in double figures, she had 11. And 8 of those 11 points were in the second half. Now rounding out scoring for the Maroons, 6 points off the bench for Kaylee Klein. 5 points each for Macy Harnden off the bench and for Ellie Muller. And then rounding out scoring for the Maroons, 2 points for Ellie Olson, 2 points for Maddie Rice, Emma Hazel with 2 points, and 2 points for Nellie Johnson in the contest. Dowling 5 of 10 at the free throw line tonight as the Maroons led at halftime 45-11. They outscored Roosevelt in the third quarter 9-7 to lead 54-18 going into the fourth quarter and outscore the Riders 19-8 in the fourth quarter to win at Scott 73-26. So that's a look at some of the numbers in the contest. And third-ranked Dowling just got out to a great start over 14th-ranked Roosevelt, 18-4 at the end of the first quarter, and never looked back.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I feel like it's Pete and repeat here, but the three-point shooting by the Maroons has been amazing, and I know on the broadcast I've been encouraging get the ball inside a little bit more, get some twos up, because when you go down to the big arena, you're going to have to get some baskets inside. Just the scope of shooting in the big arena, getting used to that. But I mean, that amazing. You have to appreciate it while it's out there. The three-point shooting by the Maroons this year has been amazing, and when they do that, teams have a hard time keeping up.
You have scores, Scott, to let our listeners.
Just a few of the latest ones. Iowa, big win tonight at Michigan State.
That's what I heard.
71.
Coach O'Hare mentioned that, and I thought he was kidding.
Yeah. Johnson, after 3, was up 82-30, so I think it's safe to move them over. Waukee Northwest, after 3, was up 34-30. And right now, Ankeny and Valley are tied with less than a minute left.
Oh, my goodness. So. Ankeny Valley tied. Well, that was the game we were kind of like watching tonight, and that's going to be an interesting finish. Now we're starting to get we're going to start with the Muller family, I guess. So we got Katie, the freshman, up here. And how's it feel to go to the state tournament your first year of high school basketball?
Yeah, it's so cool. I'm so excited.
You saw last year what happened with your sister. She got down there, and they made a nice little run. But now you get to do it with her.
Yeah, I'm so excited, finally.
You are. Well, what a night you had, Katie Muller, the young freshman. 20 points. You had team high. You had 15 in the first half. They left you alone. You couldn't miss.
Yeah.
How's that work out? I mean, who is working with you in your shot? Because I see a lot of shots put up tonight.
I mean, just all the coaches during practice and just lots of shots up, like after practice, before practice, and just during practice. And it all helps.
Well, it certainly does. And I'll tell you what a night you guys had. You got off to a great start, 18-4 at the end of the first quarter. You didn't look back and play with a lot of confidence out there, Katie.
Thank you.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ellie Muller, your sister's joining us. You don't mind if she crashes the party too?
No, it's okay.
Ellie, you're going back to state. How does it feel?
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I'm really excited. Hopefully we can make a long run again.
Well, I certainly hope so. You had a battle inside with the young sophomore from Roosevelt,
yeah.
And Scott lost track of block shots. He gave up after the first quarter. You knew that, don't you?
You have to have the record by now, right?
Yeah, I actually tied it last game.
Okay.
It was last game. Okay.
Yeah.
Blew it out today. And then even Katie got a couple in there, so she's chasing you now.
Yeah. Well, the record we're talking about, Ellie Muller had 74 block shots going into the game, and that was the school record before. That was during the Lincoln game Saturday night. So, congratulations. Now, the one thing I see, 2 for 6 at the free throw line? You?
Yeah.
Katie,
Katie,
can you give her some advice?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
More free throws, that's all.
Yeah, more practice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ellie, talk about tonight's game plan. Obviously, keep everybody out of the middle. block shots, not fouls, and for the most part, that panned out. I know you got in some foul trouble late, but being careful there.
Yeah, we knew they were going to run zone most of the game, so we prepared a lot for their zone.
Oh, you did? Yeah, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking forward to going to Wells Fargo Monday morning or afternoon, whatever it is you start in the morning and mid-afternoon. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, just for our shooter here, just get the right line. Of course, as far out as she's been shooting, I don't think it matters which line right now.
Yeah.
But
Katie, you're in a zone.
Yeah.
You are in a zone, and that's great. That's great. Do you is that guy right there, the bald-head guy right there, does he help out? And he's just defense, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Mostly.
Danner, he's mostly he's just defensive guy.
And scout team.
Yeah, but mostly with my finishes.
Oh, I see. Scout team. All right.
Coaches the posts.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So he coaches.
Hey, I bet he's told her, quit bringing the ball down. Do not bring it down.
Yeah. Do not bring it down. Either shoot it or do something, make a drop step or something.
Yeah.
All right, girls. Anything you want to add to this to the broadcast? Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to our grandpa in Kansas City.
There you go. Grandpa Muller.
Yeah.
All right. What about Grandma Moret?
Yeah, her too.
Out in
I
Milwaukee.
don't know if she's listening, but yeah.
That's awesome. And back to state. Katie for the first time. Ellie will show you the way to the locker room.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Been there a few times.
Yeah, you have. And congratulations, girls. We're going to get some more people up here, but
right.
the Mullers are out of the way. Congratulations.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you at state.
Thank you.
You bet. Katie Muller and Ellie Muller. Ellie, the older one, a sophomore, and Katie, the freshman. Come on in here, Zedeker. We'll, let's see. Let's do this. Let's go headset with you. I'll take that. We got to get all our equipment. Slide that way because we'll put Harnden up here because she's coming. Macy, you can be right here. And Ava Zedeker, welcome. Congratulations. Back to the state tournament again.
Oh, yeah.
You know your way down there?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
It feels good to be back there.
I'll bet it does. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
What a season it's been, And I've seen different teams out there. You on the bench, watching somebody else run the floor. I like the different mixtures. They've got to get used to playing without you sometimes, but when you're on the court, you make things happen. What was the favorite thing about tonight? You got off to a great start, first of all, over Roosevelt.
Definitely just getting off to that, great start. It gets us going, energy-wise, and then, if someone makes a three, I don't know, we're just feeling it. The next person will hit, and then you just got to keep, moving it.
And once the ball goes in, you were into immediate press. We saw this the other night, and you guys come out in that press and really cause havoc because now you're playing fast, and it's transitioning to defense transition to offense. Do you like that?
I love it. I love the press. I like to get after it on defense.
We noticed that, and you stay out of foul trouble doing that. So, you shot very well tonight. You got off to a great start, and then I noticed you and Miss Muller are having this three-point contest. Ava took the lead coming into the game. She had 55 mades, and then Katie Muller had 54 coming into tonight. So I got to total these up and see. Wow, you guys are tight. Is this a little competition amongst the two of you?
No,
You didn't know what was going on?
No.
You guys are within one or two of each other. Harnden's not doing too bad either.
No.
She picked up she picked up one tonight, so she's up to 24.
She and Klein are coming off and firing big time.
That's right. Macy, what do you think? You're going to the state tournament. How's it feel?
Very, very happy. Obviously, we did this last year and just want to get a little bit farther than we did last year. It's always nice to get a banner.
It is. And as I told Ava and the Muller sisters, you got off to a great start, and that's impressive. I mean, you came in off the bench. I know you didn't hit your first few shots, but then you started figuring it out, and so you had some nice dribble drives in there, and you just a very complimentary player to this team, and they need you, and they need Kaylee Klein and whoever else comes off the bench, very much needed. But off to a great start tonight, and you finished well.
Yeah, me and Kaylee and whoever comes off the bench, we just try to compliment our starters. Ava, Mullers, Layla, they all do a great job of leading, and Oli's a great leader. We just come in, want to hit our shots, and play hard for them because they do a great job starting offense.
So, Ava, one of the things we talked about on the broadcast today, I, as a former coach, sometimes they send me the scouting report, and I get to see. Every time it looks like you've been the leading scorer, primary ball handler, but it looks like you're always taking one of the primary defensive matchups.
Yeah.
So I know you said you like the challenge, but does it ever wear you down at all?
A little bit. I can feel in the second half a little bit. I feel a little tired, but just got to stay after. I like guarding the best player. It gives me a challenge, and I like it. But it does get tiring a little bit, but I just got to fight through that.
We won't tell the coaching staff that you said that.
Tired?
No,
don't tell them.
Now, Scott, last night, what you don't know, we had the boys sub-state first-round game, and Zedeker and was it Ole out there shooting? Their dads were out there feeding them the ball, rebounding, and here's Zedeker and Ole out shooting. And that was something before the boys took the floor. Extra shooting.
Well, in the 5 years I got to work with the coaching staff, there was a lot of shooting going on, so I'm still assuming there's a lot of that. And it's showing. Do you have a guess of what you guys shot from 3 tonight?
High percentage, I'll tell you that.
16 for 32, which is tremendous. I mean, that effective field goal position. I was
50%.
Right, and I was talking to Coach or to Mark and saying maybe get a few twos in there, to bring that up, because I mean, that's such an amazing thing. Overall, you guys were 10 for 23 inside the 3 and 16 for 32 from the three-point line. So that's a big part of your game.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to the post-game show on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling's win over Roosevelt, 73-26. So the Dowling girls punched their ticket for the 25th time in school history, heading to the girls' state basketball tournament. We're visiting with Ava Zedeker, a Dowling junior, and Macy Harnan, also a Dowling junior. And ladies, will be this will be number 3 for both of you.
Yep.
So you know the way around Wells Fargo. You know where the caverns are underneath the stadium, and I don't know what locker room you'll go to, but you know what? You're going to be playing sometime Monday.
Yep.
Ava, talk about shooting in the well. I know it's a little bit different. It's almost like shooting out of one of the roundhouses, either Marshalltown or Lincoln, which Dowling didn't play at this year. But talk about shooting in the well. Does it change anything?
It does change. It's a little difficult, like the scenery. Obviously, the background, you don't got a wall right behind the hoop. So it is difficult, but, I think just finding the shots early, I think that will help getting – obviously, making my first couple of shots just to get it going, I think will help.
Sure. And then you're also playing Macy on the longer court. Now, this is a high school court, 84 feet, 85 feet. You'll be playing on a 95-foot court, so a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think we'll go up to Drake and just kind of get used to that, have a practice up there. But we're pretty well conditioned. I think we'll be good. Just get in, get used to it. We can spread out a little bit more, so that'll get us some more open shots, and we can use that as a benefit, I think.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Best of luck next week. We'll be down there with you. If the ball goes out of bounds, we'll try to save it. If Zedeker goes out of bounds, you try and save her, because I don't want to get away with that.
We've heard about your infamous hands.
Yeah, that's true. It's all true. But girls, congratulations. Thanks for joining us and our listeners out there. Anybody want to give a shout-out, Zedeker, too?
To all my family that came here.
All right. Macy?
I got family up in Northwest Iowa. They're listening in, so shout out to them.
There you go. You just did it. Congratulations, girls. You're at the state tournament next week. We'll be there with you, and enjoy the night.
Thank you.
It's our turn to win, isn't it?
What'd you say?
It's our turn to win, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So take it to them.
Remember that. All right. Thank you. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That's Ava Zedeker. Macy Harnan joined us here in the postgame show. We had both Mollers. I don't know if Coach Meyer's going to come up. We'll try to get one of the coaches up. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with our final thoughts, and if we can get maybe one more coach up here, that'd be great. Final score, Dowling 73, Roosevelt 26. The Riders conclude their season with a record of 15-8. Dowling punches their ticket for the 25th time. They'll go to the state girls basketball tournament with a record of 19-4, and we're awaiting other scores. Hopefully we'll get that caught up. So, Scott, I'll let you work on that, and we'll return after this 1-minute break for final thoughts on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy.
There's an easier way to find the fish.
That's not loud enough. You're calling very quiet. Oh.
Just go to iowacatholicradio.com and click on the fish fry finder.
Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy.
Select your region and find the fish fry in your neck of the woods.
Still too quiet.
Too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go now.
Just use the fish fry finder at iowacatholicradio.com.
Oh, that's not loud enough, Bert.
Then you won't have to say
Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy.
anymore.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Final score as the Dowling girls advance the Girls State Basketball Tournament, 73-26 Dowling over Roosevelt. And how are we going to do this? Coach Danner, Joel Danner, joins us here on the postgame show, and you're looking through Coach Morrissey's numbers. Who's all? Johnson is advanced, Dowling's advanced, Waukee has won, Centennial has won, Pleasant Valley defending champs have won, and Valley has knocked off Ankeny. Yeah. So we're waiting on the number 7 seed.
Cedar Falls and Prairie.
Cedar Falls and Prairie, and what's the other one? The number 2 seed is Davenport North and Cedar Rapids Wash. So, okay, so we know.
So we know we're going to have Pleasant Valley.
Will that be it? 3 versus 6. Okay,
yes.
So you'll have the defending champs.
The defending champs.
All right, we're joined by Joel Danner, the Dowling girls assistant coach, as they head to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. We had the Muller family on, both girls, Harnden and Zedeker, and now, Coach, you're going to close it out. How does it feel to be part of the 25th state tournament appearance as a Dowling girls basketball team in 50 years of history?
Hey, it feels good, to be honest with you. It's a lot of hard work for the girls, and what Coach Marr has done over the last 8 years, and just
amazing
tradition, just continuing on with what was established before we got here and she got here. And it's all about the girls and what they've learned from the older girls, what they're going to pass on to the younger girls, and that's what makes Dowling special. It's the tradition.
Well, Coach, off to another great start. I like that press to start the ball game, and I'm sure that's only the second time, maybe third time this year I've seen that, where you get going, you score fast, and then you come back with the press. Zedeker just loved it. Her eyes lit up when I asked her about it. I said, yeah, we're pressing in the first quarter.
It's, nothing special that we're doing. It's just full court man, and
it is.
Girls love it. We've created turnovers last few games, and got some easy buckets out of it, and that's the style that our girls want to play, which is great. I mean, with Allie protecting the basket and the backcourt, we can do a lot of those things up front. We might get beat once in a while, but she's going to take care of them. They know she's got her back.
Scott?
Yeah, what a great three-point shooting night tonight. Do you know what you shot from 3?
I have no idea.
16 for 32.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, you were 10 for 23 inside, so I was talking to Mark, and let's get a couple 2-point shots going in there, because when you guys get in the lane, it's beautiful basketball on the kickouts. But you had that tonight, so.
No, and that was the emphasis, is get the ball inside and look high-low, then obviously kick it out to the open shooters. But they gave us what we were hoping they would give us. We made the extra pass for the most part, and girls, when they get their feet set, they're pretty good shooters. So that's just a lot of, again, testament to them and the off-season work that they do and the amount of time that they put into shooting and practice.
We're talking with Joel Danner, the Dowling girls assistant coach, as the Maroons on the floor, pictures, banners, all that, as they advance to the Girls State Basketball Tournament on Monday. Not sure what time you'll play. You think you'll play Pheasant Valley? Well, you played them twice since, or you played it. You're going to play them a third time. You played them once last year, and they knocked you out in the semifinals, 50-33. Pleasant Valley are the defending state champs, so you draw them. They're the 6th seed. You'll be the 3 seed. You played them over at the Johnston tournament right before Christmas. You beat them 43-36, but you were down 13-0 at the end of the first quarter, and you dug your way through that.
Yeah, defensively, that's we stepped up in the middle of the second quarter on, and then in the fourth quarter, obviously our defense just shut them down. But talked to Coach Guest before the game, and we both talked about both teams are going to have scoring droughts, but we didn't realize that it was going to be that big of a scoring drought and have that much of an impact on the game. But it certainly did. So we'll watch that tape. Obviously, we learned a feing things from them already watching here the past week, and we kind of expected that matchup in the first round, and I'm sure they're doing the same thing. But you know what, just like when Coach Babinet was with us, I've always told them defense travels. So if we can play defense and do what we're supposed to do on that end, we'll score some points. So I'm not too worried about the offensive side, but I think our zone offense has improved over the last year. I think we've got a nice inside presence, and we've got some good shooters on the perimeter. But we just got to be able to contain them off the dribble and keep them from scoring bunches, and we should be okay.
So it helps playing a team that you've already faced this year. You have a little film on them. It's not like coming in raw like last year playing Davenport North. But what's changed for Pleasant Valley from their state championship team last year? What are they, involved with, or what's their team like this year?
Well, they do a lot of the same things. I mean, obviously they lost the older Vice girl, and she was the mainstay of their offense. I mean, she almost had 18, 19 a game, so they lost some production there. So they're not scoring like they did last year, but they're still the number one team defensively in the state of Iowa in terms of Class 5A, giving up 28 points a game. So, they still got length, 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", so it's going to be hard to play against that zone. And they got two really good guards in Clemens and Pagnano that just put pressure on you on the outside and the perimeter and get some traps once in a while. So if you're not ready, they're going to come out and bombard us. But I think the thing that got us the first game was their press early affected us, and we had some turnovers. So we need to be able to be ready for that, to counteract that, and have something ready for the press. And then obviously in the half-court game, just be a little bit more mature with the ball this year than we were last year. We played in the state tournament and know our responsibilities, and I think we'll execute a lot better.
Visit with Joel Danner, Dowling assistant girls basketball coach, following Dowling's win tonight, 73-26 over Roosevelt. Dowling girls headed to the girls state basketball tournament for the 25th time. And Scott, you got some update on some scores?
Yeah, the last score I had for Johnston versus Des Moines versus Sioux City West was 93-51. Davenport North beat Cedar Rapids Jefferson 53-40.
Wow.
Waukee beat Iowa City West, I believe, is 83-58. Ankeny Centennial beat
Got to
Sioux
look
City
up, Scott,
North.
the team picture, I guess, or part of this.
Pleasant Valley, of course, we've been talking about. Cedar Falls was up with 45 seconds by 13 over Prairie. And Valley upset Ankeny in the 8-9 game.
I don't know if that's an upset. 8-9, that's kind of a wash.
We have to say it, though, Mark.
But you know what? Valley, really came back this year. They after they knocked Dowling off, they kind of went into a little funk, and they've dug themselves out, and that's a typical Valley program, and we'll see them there. So did you count up all the CIML teams that are going to state, Scott? I know we got Valley and Johnston. Is it 5 or 6?
5.
5 of them. So 5. And you draw Pleasant Valley, defending champs. Well, Coach, I know you're going to show up Monday. We don't know what time, whatever that time is. It starts at 10 a.m., and I think the last game begins at 3:15. So we're going to be in that time frame, but we'll be there. And we'll try to set up right across from you. So if Babinett needs to flash a sign to you, whatever he does, you still got the signal. But
probably hasn't changed a whole lot, to be honest with you.
Well, I could tell you this. The work that you do behind the scenes, and all the coaches do this, is just amazing. And if folks didn't get a little bit of this Saturday night, Coach Babinett had both scouting reports for Ottumwa and Roosevelt ready tonight. He did them on both teams, so all he had to do was put the finishing touches on it. That's how dedicated this coaching staff is. And we appreciate that. We know what goes on in practice because the kids take care of the little things, and you hope on game night it shows. Well, it has, Coach. They're 19-4, and they're headed back to the state tournament for the 25th time in school history.
25 years.
Joel Danner, you're a big part of that. You and Coach Meyer and Coach Morrissey Smith and that Donahue guy, and don't forget the Faber guy.
Audrey.
Audrey, she kind of teaches a little bit about shooting. She's the shooting coach, isn't she?
That's what she says. So we'll give her credit for that.
Well, you're always on the defensive end, so she has to be the shooting coach.
Somebody's got to take credit for it.
Scott,
she's probably telling the girls it's about time Dowling win one of these again.
Yes, yeah.
It's about 10 years.
11 years.
She's been part of that. 2014. I remember it like yesterday.
No, she's a good one to have in the program, that's for sure. She brings a lot of insight, and the girls really respect her and listen to her. And you got somebody that's been through it, and you got college game, and she just brings a lot of expertise to our staff and to the players. And it's just a good buffer between players and Coach Meyer, and she does a fantastic job. She really does. So much appreciated on that part of the program.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go because Joel, we got to get off there. These maintenance guys, they're about ready to grab us by the throat.
I know.
But we got to unplug for the final time. It's the final game here in the Dowling Gym this year. The boys travel to Waukee Northwest. That'll be our next broadcast. But we'll be following you Monday at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. We hope you can join us, hopefully afterwards, because I know they take the head coach and a few players back to the media. So we're competing with the media gurus, but that's fine. And thanks for all you do, Joel. Thanks for visiting with us. And enjoy this night.
Oh, yes. We'll enjoy it. And
State qualifying night.
Dang. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but we'll get there when I get home, and I'm sure the Pleasant Valley Scouting Report will be on my computer ready to go. So
I'm sure it is, but it's only a few months old because you played him back in December.
I've got it already updated, so we'll add a couple of films. We'll be set to. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Coach Danner, thank you.
Yep, thank you guys. Thanks, Iowa Catholic Radio.
You bet. Not a problem. And Scott, that's going to wrap it up. We'll talk to you Monday. We'll get all our credentials and all that. I'll get that all taken care of. But any final thoughts for our listeners out there?
Oh, what a great season it's been covering the girls here. And they just work so hard. You can tell it out there. They like each other. They get along. The execution, you can see the second team coming in and executing these last 3 or 4 games, doing a great job, giving the starters some much-needed rest. And we were talking about that earlier in the year. The team just seems to be gelling at the right time. And, again, if they protect the ball and they get the shots they want, they'll be just fine down at State.
No question about it, and we'll be down there with them whenever time that'll be set up, and that might be later tonight. If not, we'll be doing that tomorrow. So congratulations to head coach Kristen Meyer and her staff for advancing to the girls' state basketball tournament. Scott, thanks for being along for majority of this season, and the Dowling boys will be in action on Friday. We'll be out there at the Waukee Northwest Gym, but we'll see you at Wells Fargo Arena.
I have a shout-out, though.
Go ahead.
My mom, my dad, my grandma out in Virginia were listening tonight, and
oh my goodness,
I believe my wife was listening on the radio as she was finishing work tonight. So,
well, hats off to all the Babinets out in the eastern part of the United States. Even my goodness,
somehow they like me still.
Well, but there's a reason why they don't live. They don't live close to you, except for your wife. Yeah, I get that. All right, Scott, thank you. Scott Babinet, my broadcast partner. That'll wrap things up from the Dowling Gym. We want to thank everybody involved with our broadcast tonight, including the folks here at Dowling. Tom Wilson, the athletic director, Colleen Webb, Jaron Herring, who is the on-site administrator. We appreciate all they do. Our thanks to Brady Grimm, our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio, and all he does back at the studios. And the folks from Des Moines Roosevelt, head coach Ronnie Lewis, athletic director Andrew Wade, and all the folks at Roosevelt for helping us prepare for tonight's game. Our thanks to Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball coach, and thanks for the gals for coming up, the Moeller sisters, Ellie and Katie, along with Macy Harnden and Ava Zedeker on the post-game show, joining us with assistant coach Joel Danner. We appreciate all them. Our next high school basketball broadcast will be this Friday night, February 23rd, the Class 4A boys sub-state semifinal. Third-seeded Dowling at number 2 seed Waukee Northwest. We'll be on the air with our pregame show at 6:45 from Northwest High School in Waukee, with tip-off at 7 o'clock from the Waukee Northwest Gym. Join Jimmy Cataldo and me for the broadcast this Friday night. For my broadcast partner, Scott Babinet, this is Mark Amadeo reminding you of the final score for the final time. The Dowling girls advancing to the girls' state basketball tournament for the 25th year as the Maroons defeat Des Moines Roosevelt 73-26. The Riders conclude their season ranked 14th with a record of 15-8 as they close out their season. Dowling ranked 3rd in 5A. They advanced to the girls' state basketball tournament with a record of 19-4. And for Brady Grimm, our studio producer, Mark Amadeo, saying goodnight and so long from the Dowling Catholic Gym, and from all of us from the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, Blessman International, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.